Karyn Bryant for MMA H.E.A.T. It's after the show. I'm here with Scott Coker, Strikeforce CEO. I know you're feeling good. This was a really good show.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, electricity. That's. I mean, it was just electric in there, and I'll tell you, San Diego came out and supported it, and they are Nick Diaz fans here. That's for sure. And even the fight was over, and it was like 15 minutes after the fight. And I'm looking around; they're still in the audience, right? I was like, wow, they are passionate MMA fans, and it's glad to be in the city. And Nick and Daley, man, that was an amazing matchup, and both fighters brought it, and it was, there's no way to let anybody down.
But what do you think about the stoppage? Because there really wasn't much time left, and I think Daley could have recovered and brought us a lot more excitement in the second round as well.
I'll tell you, I felt the same way you did when I first saw it live, but then when I watched the replay screen, he took about 4 or 5 unanswered blows straight to the face. Yeah. I think that's enough. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I've heard in the room, is that in the room it felt one way, replay another.
Yeah, I watched the replay. I was like, okay, I get it, because you don't want the fighter to get seriously injured, and safety comes first. And you know what? There might be a day where they get it on again.
Well, it'd be good. And speaking of seriously injured, Keith looks a lot rougher than Gegard. Yes. Keith says he likes looking that way, though. He's okay with it. What were your thoughts on that fight and that decision?
I mean, Keith's a tough guy. I mean, he showed, that he's a warrior. Took the fight on a week notice, and I got to give him credit because Gegard is no joke. And I thought Gegard will edge the decision. But I don't want to second guess the judges. It's just my opinion. I have to watch the fight because I'm running back and forth. But you know what? That's the fight that we'll just do it again. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, is that reasonable? Gegard said he's up for it. Seems like Keith would do it.
I think that fight should be put together again at some point.
I talked to Dan Henderson, and we've been hearing that he's going to fight Fedor. Is that happening?
You know what? That fight's in the works, but it's not complete yet. Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Have you ever seen Dan Henderson in a fight that wasn't fun to watch? I mean, I call him the John Wayne of MMA. He comes in there and he just brings it like nobody's business. I mean, people that come see Dan get their money's worth, that's for sure.
Gil put on a clinic tonight. I think that man has proven again he's ready for the UFC, and that's no disrespect to Strikeforce, but people like to say the UFC has the better fighters. If that's true.
I mean, here's the thing. Look at our heavyweight division. How could you say that? Well, I mean, that's maybe your opinion, but
no. I'm saying that's the public opinion. I'm not talking.
Well, that's part of the public opinion, because I can tell you what, whether it's Gilbert fighting Frankie or Alistair Overeem fighting, Cain Velasquez. I mean, let's get it on. See, now the beauty of it is that these guys can all fight, and we can see who the better fighters are.
But initially, they're saying those things won't happen. So is that something that we have to wait till down the line the contracts come up for renegotiation?
Has other new contracts. I just think that, let everybody, kind of get into a little bit of a groove, and then I think you'll see some big fights happen.
And I know that you have a love for the Japanese fighters and cross-promoting over there. Shinya put on a nice performance tonight, but it seems like Japanese fighters sometimes have a tough time when they come to the States.
I mean, how could you say that? I mean, Shinya just put on a clinic.
No, I'm saying Shinya did terrific tonight.
So, Kawajiri, he ran into, hellballs, right? He ran into El Nino. So, I don't think that's a fair statement. I think there's amazing fighters over there. They can fight anybody in the world. And I think Shinya proved it tonight.
No, he's terrific, and I'm glad to hear that he said he's not going to retire. So, who do you want to see him next with next?
Who?
Shinya.
Boy, I think he can fight anybody. I mean, Shinya, I'd like to see him and Josh Thompson fight. Yeah, I'd like to see maybe him and Justin Wilcox fight, or Masvidal. I mean, there's some good fights for him up ahead.
And last question, what do you do with Nick next?
Come on, you got Tyron Woodley sitting right here. He's like, he wants next. So, we're going to let, Nick go and rest. He's been complaining we fight him too much. But I want to say one thing here. Nick Diaz can buy any house he wants in California, and he can buy any car, and he can drive any car he wants to drive in California. Believe me.
Nice. Well, I love that you fight Nick often, because he's so great. He's so terrific. So
we'll let him take a break because we got the heavyweight tournament. You're going to see Fedor fight. You're going to see Henderson fight somebody. And Gina Carano's coming back June 18th, so we'll be busy. So Nick will have to wait now.
And do we have an opponent for her?
Not right now.
Okay. All right. But I'm happy to hear that she's coming back.
Oh, yeah. June 18th, she'll be back. She's going to be back in the cage, and she's going to be looking to get it on.
Nice. Well, congratulations on another successful event.
Thank you.
Great.